everybody. I figured today we'd take a break from gaming for a second, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of wrestling. So, as you know, today is Extreme Rules, and we have honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not exactly looking too forward to it. Um, I just feel like there wasn't too much really exciting about it. So, um, honestly, the only thing I'm really kind of excited about is the Fatal Five-Way match to determine the number one contender for the Universal Championship. The Universal Championship. Okay, that's another rant in its own, which I'll save for later. But we'll talk about the matches coming up for it. So let's get started. So we are gonna go start off with the mixed tag team match, which is Rich Swann and Sasha Banks taking on Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. I think all four of these superstars deserve better. Let me just start off that way. I want to say it's creative. I really do, because I feel like all of these superstars are capable of standing alone. But for some reason, they keep sticking Alicia Fox on as a side piece. And she's been with the company for over 10 years. She deserves a lot better than what she's giving, whether it's, with Noam Dar or the Bella Twins. She's always a side piece, but never really much of anything on her own. And she deserves that on her own. She's capable, so they need to at least give her a chance to stand on her own and show what she can do and what she's got. As with Sasha Banks, we've already seen what she can do, so for her to be honestly, it seems like an afterthought to add on to the, what's the word I'm looking for? The feud with Noam Dar is, come on. But in Rich Swann and Noam Dar, they are great in their own. We all saw the Cruiserweight Classic. We all did, and we all saw how amazing they were. So I don't understand why creative feels the need to reduce them to where they are right now. That's just me. But if I had to give a prediction on that match on who's gonna win, does it really need to be said? But we're gonna go prediction wise. It's gonna be Rich Swann and Sasha Banks coming out on top. That's just how it's gonna be. I feel they wanted to add more to the Sasha Alicia Fox feud too, and by adding in, mixing in their feud with the guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for mixed tag team matches. Intergender tag team matches would be even better, because at least maybe the girls can get in and beat some of these guys up. But I guess that's not WWE anymore. So we're gonna say that. Okay, now we have the WWE Tag Team Championships being defended inside a steel cage. I'm actually kind of okay with that. I kind of like what they're doing with Sheamus and Cesaro. They're really good. It's kind of nice to see Cesaro kind of dumbing a little back to the dark side. That's just me, again. But I feel that if the Hardys do lose it to anybody, it will definitely be Sheamus and Cesaro. I, for one, am very excited to see the Hardys back. At first, I was like, we all saw it coming because, the whole thing with TNA. But it still felt damn good, because those guys are my childhood right there. They're a lot of our childhoods. They're freaking amazing. So, yeah, I hate doing these predictions, because sometimes you have to sort of think how it's going to outcome instead of going with your own personal feelings and bias. But I honestly believe the winner of this match is going to be Sheamus and Cesaro. It's probably going to be their time again. I believe they haven't won the championship. They have. I'm just kidding. They've won the championships before, and I think it might be their time again. So, I mean, let's see what happens. I personally think that's what's going to happen, and it would make sense at this point in time. Okay, and now we have the women's championship match, which is Alexa Bliss taking on Bailey in a kendo stick on a pole match. I feel like that idea sounded good on paper, but not so much when it's actually like set to happen. That's just me. I don't think it's gonna be as great as it's supposed to sound, but I don't know. Who knows? I mean, they're both women are very capable of putting on such great matches. They're very, like, more than capable. We've seen great things from them. So they could probably definitely exceed that expectation of where that match will go, how it will be won, all that stuff, But I just feel like there could have been a little more with that instead of just a kendo stick and a pole match, I mean, I know it's Extreme Rules, and I know you want to give them a stipulation match. So give them a different stipulation that we know pretty well, You don't have to give them a steel cage, but maybe give them, a street fight. Especially with the low blows that Alexa Bliss has given Bailey. Street fight, obviously Extreme Rules because look at the pay-per-view. And, even down, if they decide to continue this feud, going from here, end it with an I Quit match. Please end it with an I Quit match. That could be really good for both of them, especially if it's for the championship one last time. That could be good for everybody. Now we have The Miz, who will be taking on Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. Obviously, Maurice is going to be a factor in whatever happens. And since they can change, the title can change hands with the DQ. If Maurice doesn't get involved, they're gonna try to get Ambrose DQ'd. And honestly, I mean, how can I put this? We've seen Ambrose versus The Miz thousands and thousands of times on SmackDown. So to have it keep going over to Raw, honestly, I love both these guys, but we've seen this feud time and time again on SmackDown, and so I'm not really invested much in this match at all, because like I said, we've seen it thousands and thousands of times. These two deserve to move on, deserve to start new rivalries. I mean, and I know it's because it's the Intercontinental Championship that we've seen it thousands of times. So, not literally thousands, because I know some people are going to probably try to catch me up on that. Not literally thousands. Get it together. But I believe that honestly, I believe that Dean Ambrose might actually lose this one, which kind of sucks, because I actually, think he's not a bad champion. I just feel that they don't give him enough of a chance as a champion to defend it, because I believe there were some people that I've been seeing sort of kind of complaining about the 30-day clause and how every 30 days you're supposed to defend the title. I'm looking at you, Brock Lesnar. Anyway, how, you're supposed to defend it every 30 days, and before it was defended on Raw last month, he had not defended it. So I think he barely missed that mark. But he needs better, competition for it instead of similar all the time. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I mean, it was kind of nice because I kind of enjoyed his feud with Baron Corbin on SmackDown. You know, it was kind of nice to see somebody new challenging for the title. And so, with all of that being said, my prediction, sadly, is, like I said, it's personal bias, which makes it sad. But if I go on a logical or, creative standpoint, The Miz will take the Intercontinental Championship back. And Maurice will play a factor in it, whether it's helping him to get DQ'd or she'll get involved. So, okay, I'm just now realizing how many titles are on the line today. But let's move on to the Cruiserweight Championship, where Neville will take on Austin Aries. Now, these two are great. I love them both. I really do. Although I still have this thing. I just look at Austin Aries and I think he's just weird. I think it's the facial hair that gets me. But, with that being said, Austin Aries has challenged the last 3 pay-per-views for the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm trying to figure out how to say this without sounding like I hate him, because I don't. We need a new challenger. That's a good way to put it. We have an entire division that should be going for this championship, but for some reason, creative really wants to stick with Neville and Austin Aries. Like, we've seen it, and I get it, but at the same time, come on. We don't need it all over again and again. Twice was good enough right now. And honestly, I find myself not looking forward to matches so much. If you're setting this up for a pay-per-view, but yet you have them competing in a tag team match against their opponents. It's like they're, it's kind of holding back the clash a little bit, but at the same time, they're still clashing. So it kind of doesn't really, it's just like, oh, well, it's going to be the same thing we saw in that tag team match last week. That's how it feels sometimes, and I feel like I think that's why I'm not really psyched up for half of these matches. It's because whether it's the tag team factor or, seeing them actually, fighting each other, like, I don't know. And so, like, having these matches constantly with Neville and, TJ Perkins versus Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher. And, I mean, we've seen them clash in these matches, so it's not as exciting by the time it gets to the pay-per-view. So creatively, at a standpoint, as somebody who likes to write, you're doing it all wrong, Raw Creative. You're doing it all wrong. And that's not just for the Cruiserweight division. That's for the entire brand, like the entire Raw roster. We gotta stop putting these guys in tag team matches against their opponents for next week. Or whenever the pay-per-view is. All I'm saying is that it just kind of gives them a chance to clash, and that's what we don't need right now, because you want to build that up. Have them go back to distractions, have them go back to attacking each other before or after a match, backstage, whatever. We need to keep that going, because putting them in tag team matches against each other kind of dulls everything down a little bit for me. I don't know if any of you out there see it that way, but I do. With that being said, Austin Aries finally got Neville to tap out to the last chancery. So, which means that Neville is beatable. And assuming TJ Perkins doesn't get involved, or Jack Gallagher for that matter, If I had to choose one that would win, this might actually be Austin Aries' time. Logically, creatively, it would need to be his time, but at the same time, Neville still gets that rematch. So it keeps the feud going and going. I didn't even think about that. Fuck. So we might be getting that feud, a little longer until the rematch. Yeah. Alright, moving on. I believe last but not least, we have the Fatal 5-Way to determine the number one contender for the Universal Championship at the next pay-per-view, which is called Great Balls of Fire, I believe. Anyway, whoever came up with that pay-per-view name, I don't even know. I don't even know if I should thank you for the laughs that I've had, or if you should be fired. I'm kind of voting for being fired because you're kind of making everybody laugh at my baby. To be honest, if they decide to keep it as Great Balls of Fire, please, dear God, throw in the song reference, in there somewhere. Please do that, because I don't even know what I would do. I feel like it would just make it more epic for me. But back to the Fatal 5-Way. So the Fatal 5-Way, we have Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt. Now, I happen to like all 5 of these superstars. I think they're great in their own way. I got a twitch. Anyway, I think all 5 of them are great in their own ways, their own styles. And I'm probably going to be getting some hate because I said something nice about Roman Reigns. But anyway, that's not the point. Roman Reigns, I think he's great. Okay. So Roman Reigns is, from what I understand, he's the long term for that Universal Championship. So it would not make sense for him to win this early because there's rumors. Like I said, they're rumors, so they're not actually true. So what I say could be wrong. But the rumor has it, the word around the water cooler, is that next WrestleMania is supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Like I said, take that with a grain of salt because I am too, but that's what's being spoken about. Supposedly. Like I said, word around the water cooler. I cannot speak when I say water cooler. But either way, he's, from what I understand, the long term. So I don't see him winning tonight. And then I'll move on to Seth Rollins in a second. We got Bray Wyatt and Samoa Joe. Now, Brock Lesnar will definitely be the heel, the bad guy, in this feud leading up to the championship match. So I don't see WWE wanting to put 2 heels in a match against each other. And I could be wrong about Bray Wyatt because I feel like maybe he might be actually a tweener. A tweener a little bit. But more so on the dark side. But Samoa Joe is a great heel. I do not see him winning on the fact that he is the bad guy. And I do not see him winning on the fact that he is a bad guy. Which kind of sucks because Samoa Joe is a great competitor. And the way they have Brock Lesnar written and booked, all that stuff, He's the one that could legitimately look like a threat to this man, other than Roman. I'm going to get hate again, pointing that out because I am complimenting Roman Reigns. Now, let's move on. Bray Wyatt, he also, same reason, he's a bad guy. But I just feel that it's possible they're going to continue on with the feud that was somewhat started after WrestleMania with Finn Balor. After Finn Balor had made his return. So I think they might not do that based on the fact. And the same thing with Finn. They might not give him that championship match just yet because of the potential feud with him and Bray Wyatt. And if executed and written correctly, that has the potential to be such a great feud and great rivalry. If you write that feud, please do not mess that up. Do not mess it up. That's all I gotta say, because these two are great. You got Finn, who's amazing in the ring. He's gotten better at his promos. I am a big fan of Finn Balor. Then I'm also a big fan of Bray Wyatt. He's great on the mic. He's improved so much since we first saw him before he became Bray Wyatt. He's improved so much since then. And that guy can throw a promo out there like nobody's business. So I don't see either of them winning the Fatal 5-Way. I love them, both, Bray and Finn, but I don't see it happening creatively, from a creative standpoint. Which leaves us with Seth Rollins. Now, I have no problem with Seth Rollins. I love Seth freaking Rollins. He's very good in the ring. He knows what he's doing. He's improved a lot since, what was his championship match at Battleground with him? I want to say it was last year. I want to say it was last year or two. Either way, Seth Rollins does have the potential to actually be a legitimate threat to Brock Lesnar and his Universal Championship. So, by bringing all that together, obviously my prediction to win the Fatal 5-Way will be Seth Rollins. And like I said, that's all from a creative standpoint. My logic. So, yeah. I believe that Seth Rollins will go in there. He will put up a good fight, but I'm not sure if they're going to give him the belt, the title. I don't think they're going to do that, and that's kind of sucks. Because we're at a point where Brock Lesnar hasn't been to Raw since WrestleMania. And without the Universal Championship there, it's very damaging to that title because you don't see it, so you kind of forget about it. So what's the point of even having a title? So right now, your highest title is the Intercontinental Championship. It's not there to be seen. Therefore, people are going to forget about the Universal Championship. Because you know what? I was thinking back, I believe it was the Raw after Backlash, that they had that triple threat match with The Miz, Finn, and Seth. And they were fighting for the Intercontinental Championship opportunity. That's the highest fucking belt on Raw. All because our Universal Championship champion, whatever, isn't there. It's very damaging. It's very frustrating because there is a clause, man. 30 days to defend it, otherwise it should be stripped. I certainly remember Daniel Bryan being stripped of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship because he got injured and could not compete within 30 days. I remember Naomi not too long ago, before WrestleMania, being stripped of the Women's Championship so that she being stripped of the Women's Championship because she could not compete within 30 days. Brock Lesnar is fully able to compete within the 30 days, but he doesn't. It's been 2 months, and by the time we get to July for this new pay-per-view, we're at 3. 3 months, 90 days, that fucking belt has not been defended. What makes him so special? Why hasn't he been stripped of it? It needs to be within 30 days, so I do not understand for the life of me why he hasn't gotten that title taken from him. That's the rule. So why isn't it being enforced when it comes to Brock Lesnar? Why put the championship on him in the first place if you know that he's not going to be there? It's damaging the belt. It's bad for the brand. And, like, I don't know what you want me to say and like further about it, because I just believe Brock Lesnar being champion is bad for business. It really is. He's not there, therefore the championship's not there. Everyone forgets about it. So when he comes back, oh yeah, there's another championship. And still, it doesn't matter because it doesn't feel like a legitimate championship. That belt needs to go to somebody that will be there all the time, all day, every day. That is working their butt off to be a great champion, a fighting champion. Remember that, a fighting champion. That's important. So like I said, it needs to go to somebody that'll actually be there and do their job and defend the championship. Be a great champion in their own right. Not just go home and sit around and do nothing with the belt. Or whatever it is he's doing. So, Fatal 5-Way is going to Seth Rollins in my predictions. And I hope that he takes that belt back. Also, so that Finn Balor can have his chance, because he never lost it. He got injured and he had to relinquish it. He never lost it. So you know what? I need some resolution, because I need him to get his chance to get that belt back. And when he gets it back, he needs to lose it the correct way, which is in a match, being submitted or being pinned 1, 2, 3. That's what I need. I don't know. Maybe that might happen down the line, whatever, a little further down the line. I don't know. But what I do know is that he deserves a chance. Just one. Because we all saw what he was capable of NXT. What he was capable as a championship. What he was capable as a champion. He was good, and look, he was good for NXT. He helped build it. Everybody did their own job. Everybody was amazing, but he helped bring it to newer heights. My opinion. That's my opinion. But I don't know. That's all I really gotta say about that. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that's down in the description below. Yeah. Yeah, I also want to hear what you guys have to say. Leave me some comments in the comment section, whether it's here, Tumblr, Facebook, whatever. let me know what you guys think about your predictions. You know, what do you think about the Universal title being gone and Brock Lesnar being champion? Let's talk about it. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which is probably going to be a gaming video. So, yeah, bye!